Joel.
Oh, you wiped a
What is
tear.
it? That girl of yours. She took one of our horses and rode off.
Damn it. Which way?
Come on.
I just saw her riding on out of here.
Go back inside. Help the others clean the place up.
Okay, be careful out there.
Goodbye, Dempsey.
There. See the tracks?
That wasn't Dempsey, was it?
It was.
Oh shit, so he does have a higher pitched voice.
What?
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
You're treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Joel. But I have lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
Everyone I have cared for has either died or left me. Everyone fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is I would just be more scared.
Your wife kind of scares me. I don't want her coming after me.
Sorry for stealing your horse.
Come back to town. Let's discuss it at least.
You know me, my mind's all made up. University, Eastern Colorado. How do I find this lab?
It's in the science building. Looks like a giant mirror. You can't miss it.
Take care of that wife of yours.
There's a place for you here. You know?
Scooch.
Scooch the mooch.
Aw, are those monkeys?
Yeah, a whole mess of them.
I'll put him to the grave.
Beat him with a stick. The rage virus.
Someone's got some fucking weird ass zombie porn thing that they probably call the cum virus.
Where the fuck did this come from?
I don't know. That just fucking it popped up in my head randomly.
I'll have to send a message to God to eradicate you.
Would
Don't
you
need to
have?
be out here giving these sick fucks new ideas.
You know, like you haven't said something around those lines.
Yeah, and I pray to God every day to eradicate me, and he ain't answered yet.
Damn,
Oh,
bro.
it's memorial.
Yeah, we don't do that. That's some pussy shit.
You know who else is some pussy shit?
Don't do it, bro.
You. 67? That's an odd number.
Yep.
You know what I'm terrified about?
What?
In like 2 weeks, Gavin's turning 21.
Oh no.
Scoot
He
your
just
back.
got mail from Cash App today.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's in it, but I suspect it's a card.
Hey, look,
A Cash App card.
fireflies.
Oh boy.
See it.
This is good. First sign of fireflies.
Not to mention, by my 22nd birthday, we're gonna have to give his ass the boot. And on May 1st, if Mary doesn't have her shit in order, I'm dropping off all of her shit in her yard.
Oh jeez.
I told her, I gave her till May 1st. She has to make sure she has a place that it's all going. If she doesn't, well, tough shit. Still ain't staying in my garage.
That's a lot of stuff that you gotta do in pretty quick succession.
Well, be about 2 or 3 truckloads, but luckily I know where she lives and it ain't that far. It's about a 15-minute drive. So in
Okay.
about 3 hours of my time, I'll have a fucking clean-ass garage.
Like I said, a lot of stuff you gotta be doing in succession that can turn into shit, and more shit, and then even more shit.
Oh, it's gonna do that regardless.
I'm
All
sure
I know is
you'll...
the next time I remind her will be around, probably the end of April. Like, hey, so you got your fucking shit figured out? Cause,
Gone in a circle.
Alright, come on.
As for the giving Gavin the boot thing, I mean, I thought he was already kind of given the boot.
he was, but then my grandmother decided to act against our wishes. Granted, she promised him that she would do it, despite us not yet telling her that he wasn't welcome there, so we kind of just walked with that one, because it was our fault for not mentioning
Let's try that
anything.
gate.
Oh boy.
But she knows now that that option is off the table. However, Gavin already wants to go somewhere else that's not there or here. That's where I'd be. That's where I was almost willing, like telling Dad, like, fuck, dude. I get the Ranger done early enough for my 500-mile break-in period. I'll drive his dumbass all the way down to the southern border of Ohio and Kentucky, which is Cincinnati. It's about a 3-hour, 4-hour drive from here. But I would do it.
3 to 4 hours of having to just sit there with him.
Oh, don't worry. I have to drive all the way up to Flint, too, and that's another 2 hours.
Jesus Christ.
45. It would be a 5-hour drive and then 4 hours back home.
Yeah, well, at least it's the last 4 hours can be you alone comfortably, while the first 5 hours is dreadful.
No, it's going to be dreadful either way. Just because I'll be sitting there hoping he's not dead for every second that I sit there on my way home.
Bro, this is where fucking what's his name would have been. A guy in the second game, Manny.
Remnant. Remnant.
Huh? What remnant?
Left.
Oh. Brave. That's fucking Bleach.
It is Bleach. Or at least something very similar to Bleach. No mention of Nathan Drake or Jack and Daxter anymore, though.
Yeah, no, it's just where we get rid of our, other games from here. It breaks it breaks the actual world if we have our own games in it. I bet they think that.
I wonder how long you held out.
Well, I mean, this was just meant to be an extension of real life. Although I'm sure the only reason why they got rid of it was simply due to, like, COVID and everyone thinking that the end was near anyway, just like this shit. Like, it might be, like, pulling a little too close to reality now.
People are too big pussies.
If the whole world was comprised of pussies, it's a miracle I still don't get laid as often.
I mean, bro, seriously, why is the world gonna get just a lot more and more as time goes on? We just get more sensitive.
Oh, I mean, that's where they should legalize drugs and
Oh man,
let the idiots kill themselves out.
Damn it, spores.
damn it, spores. I mean,
I
like,
mean,
what?
think about it.
Yeah.
If you were to legalize get rid of labels that people with common sense already knew that that was a dumb decision. Like if you say, get a thing of rat poison and the first thing it says is do not ingest. Why should those labels be there? I
Yeah.
get to keep it away from children. That's all well and good. But if you're dumb enough to ingest rat poison, you might as well die for it.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, honestly, legalize that. So far, all they do, they don't even do anything for that addicts anyway. They just give them the substitute. like opioid addicts, you know, they get Suboxone. Is that any different from heroin? Not really.
Nope.
Just makes you feel sick while you do it. And shit. So there are some countries in the world that after they legalized drugs and the great culling occurred after the fact, drug addictions were at an all-time low, being like around, you know, like 3% or less. Because I mean, I have my theory on it is just that most people pick up drug addictions because it's like a retaliation, you know. Like, you know, say you got real strict parents or something and you just want to do something that gives you a rush. So what do? You like go smoke pot under your parents' roof while they're at work because it makes you feel like you're hot shit.
Yeah.
Then some people are like, well, your parents are cool with pot or something, and so they do something even crazier.
Yeah, sometimes it's wanting too much attention or wanting to actually be acknowledged for once, but by the time you go too far in it, it's too late.
Not even just acknowledgement, but just the personal gratification of breaking the rules.
I mean, when
There's
I
some
think
people
about it,
off on the rush of breaking the rules, and there are other people that realize that rules are there for a reason.
I mean, I don't know if it's because I've just said it many times that, like, because I knew drugs and stuff are bad, and I just keep saying it so many times, like, man, I don't know if it's because I've said it so many times, or if just because of who I am, that I just ended up being like, yeah, that shit's just dumb. I wouldn't like that no matter what happens.
In my mind, that just means that you prefer to be in control.
Oh, here's all the Uncharted and other shit.
The Jack and Daxter reference.
That is a completely different, Drake. There's the board game and an Uncharted game right there. So this is
they
where they
just
put everything.
them out of the game store and put them in the in there.
And this college room, yeah. Huh. Still no Crash Bandicoot one. That's my favorite kind of plane right there.
Oh, the old World War II style planes with the dragon or the shark teeth.
Yeah.
You know, in my experience, I've done my fair share of drugs, but there are some that were off limits.
Some of them wasn't by your choice at all anyway.
No, but some were. But those that were, anyways, I had my fun with them for a short time and never felt interested in doing them again.
The thing is with you is you've seen how bad this shit can get so many times and what it does to people that you've grown a disdain for them.
It gets, honestly, to the point of it, I'm more annoyed than even disdained. It's like, I just brought people back to life with Narcan so many times, that it's just like, Jesus, dude, really? You can't handle your own drugs? Come on.
Yeah.
Like, it's sad that you get so jaded to it that you really just don't even care anymore. It's like, well, alright, here's your fucking dose of Narcan. Now I'm gonna go fucking call these folks and make sure you don't die on my living room floor.
Yeah.
Still, the weirdest one was last time, which I had to call the first responder. I called the cops, and a first responder showed up and helped me get Vernon all prepped up and shit, and like get him so he was properly breathing, despite his heart rate being like somewhere around, I think, 51 beats per minute, and he was turning purple.
I don't know. A part of me would also think that after so many times of almost, probably, dying from that shit, that you would finally just kick it into your brain to be like, yeah, this is some bullshit.
Some people are just too hooked on their blanket. Or other people, I think some of them, honestly, to a certain extent, it's not a matter of,
More infected, I'm fine.
Here, come open the gate.
like, I guess, in the sense that, they don't want to, like, they want to die, but they don't have the balls to kill themselves outright, so they go for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
And so they get hooked, and they hope that one day they'll OD and no one will find them.
You know, stuff like that is kind of, in a way, reminds me of my stepdad a little bit. It's not like he was addicted to anything.
Yeah.
It's just that the medication he had to take, he didn't do it the best way.
Hey, that's the worst part about doctors and prescriptions. Once upon a time, it's still not that great today, but it's a lot better than it was. Part of the whole opioid thing is that doctors would swear that
Well, Bill used
opioids
them as
were
a form of
addictive once
defense. Maybe
upon a
they're doing
time.
the same.
The next thing you know, people build a tolerance to them, and they're asking why they have to eat so many of them, and the next thing you know,
Well,
they're hooked and they can't quit. That's where I don't trust doctors all that much. Because they only get told whatever some big pharmaceutical company tells them their drug does.
Half the time they ain't care about the damn money anyway.
Well shit, look at it this way. We spent the last 100 years looking for a cure for cancer. And yet we could cook up a cure for COVID in a year that's done more killing people than COVID itself has done.
Oh Jesus, bro, you don't know how much that's making my blood boil right now. Cause I mean, fucking Jesus.
I actually got all the original like informational doc pages on like docs of when they released the clinical studies and how they all were basically failures, and I sent them to my mother. And she hasn't gotten the booster or any of them after she read it. She only got the first dose of the vaccine, but never went back for boosters.
I haven't gotten my booster in a while.
I've never been vaccinated, and I intend to keep it that way.
Anti-vaxxer.
I've been vaccinated across everything that's important, like polio, fucking chicken pox, all the shit that we're supposed to get vaccinated for. Tetanus. Yeah. But I've never had a flu vaccine because, well, honestly, I was sick so much in my life that it was better for me just to suffer through it than it is to try and prevent it, because all it does is make your immune system weaker. But now, because of the fact that I spent the first half of my life sick as fuck all the time, I almost virtually never get sick anymore. Maybe once a year. Otherwise, most of me feeling like shit throughout the year is a hangover, but other than that, I never actually get sick.
I tell you, by the time when you really do get sick, and it's like you get, for me, and I guess it must be like this for you, when you get sick, you get sick. And it fucking sucks.
Yeah. Pretty much, but the most it'll last is 4 days, depending, but that's also because I just have really shitty eating habits and usually prefer to sleep and forget the whole process of drinking water, so spend every day dehydrated and don't know whether I'm still sick or just feeling like crap from lack of eating and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I know it is for me when I'm sick. I'm just like, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing at all. I don't even want to see anybody. Just leave me to suffer.
For what it's worth, though, it's like when I got COVID. But you know what I credit curing my COVID was? Because technically the timing was way too good.
What?
I credit alcohol with getting me over COVID.
Oh.
Because when I lost my taste, my old man was like, I doubt you can't taste. And I had a pint of 101 proof wild turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And I
God damn it.
gargled it like mouthwash.
Hmm.
Which technically what that does is everything that's building up like bacteria in the back of your throat, alcohol is cleans back, gets rid of bacteria because it's still, you know, has sanitizing properties even if you're drinking this shit.
Yeah.
And so technically by drinking I was also fighting COVID since it builds up in your upper lungs and throat.
I remember when Zach got COVID, he's like, bro, I don't have time for this shit. And he made some strange ass concoction and burned it out of his system. And then he posted it on the internet and didn't even put his name on it.
All right, we're inside. Come on,
Sounds
Cody.
And it
about
actually
right.
helped some people.
For me, I got over COVID pretty quickly, but for the worst part for me was the fatigue.
I just love that Zach Woodry said, nah, I'm not doing that shit. Get the fuck out of my system.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, after my heavy drinking on the first 3 days that I had it down bad, like it pretty much went away. The only thing I really felt after that was just extreme fatigue. I'd get up with all the energy in the world, and then 15 minutes later, I felt like I was getting crushed by the sun.
Damn.
But I would like, to keep my mind active, I made really healthy dinners too, like birria tacos and like fucking salads with chicken and shit, like the whole 9 yards that I could think of that would keep our bodies rich with vitamins, but also relatively healthy.
I mean, I'm pretty much the worst at taking care of myself, I tell you. When I'm sick, I don't even do shit for myself. You know, it's like you're sick, you're supposed to lay down, you're supposed to be in bed, you're not really supposed to do anything. Nah, bro, I'm getting up, I'm trying to play the game and everything.
Yoo-hoo!
Now that's the funny part with me. Whenever I'm sick, I'll do absolutely nothing. But if everyone else around me is sick, like the main reason when I had COVID that I was doing everything in my power was because my dad got it from me. So I was trying to make sure that he was running in tip-top condition more so than I was.
Yeah, I mean, with your dad being older, he was more at risk of,
He actually got it less off than I did. Even though I
uh,
tested positive, he never COVID tested himself, but he also never lost his taste.
mm,
Like, I think he got a mild dose of it where he just felt fatigue, but otherwise he didn't really show any symptoms at all. He just kind of was tired. That's about it.
mm,
So pretty much he felt the same way that I felt after having it for a week, but he caught it from me probably 3 days after I like got hit by it like a fucking bus.
yeah.
Because for the first 3 days I stayed away from him, and then he just said fuck it, I probably already have it, and he asked me to help him um, roll up coins, and we probably spent an entire evening rolling up like almost $200 in quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies.
Mm,
Because my dad in the past has been a coin collector,
mm-hmm.
but
My
he
dad is
realized that
too.
all the bicentennials that he's collected from like 1976 all the way to, 19 or 2006, whatever the fuck the bicentennial year was, he had rolls upon rolls of them.
Mm,
As well as just random miscellaneous quarters that he thought, like the state quarters
Now we
too.
go to work.
But the state quarters and the bicentennials ended up never being worth anything like they claimed they were going to be worth. But
what the hell?
This looks like a good
so
spot.
we took them to the local grocery store and exchanged them for paper cash because it was during the height of the coin shortage then.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, we pretty much funded our entire neighborhood's coins.
Oh, damn.
And I'm sure everyone was weirded out at the prospect of every single coin that they got being a bicentennial or a fucking state quarter.
Hmm. Shit, that's a high-powered round. High-powered round. That's one strong-ass barrel.
I still wonder why it's a 44 Magnum. that only can carry 3 bullets at a time.
I don't know,
Peyton
man.
a 500 Magnum. I'm curious what that thing will look like when it's kitted out. I've actually never seen the flamethrower with all of its upgrades.
They're definitely a lot different in the remake, so... The next one I'll get on that will be the power.
Oh, you don't want to add range to your flame?
Eh, use all the weapons when they're closer to me anyway.
Technically, in the case of a bow, cleaning it can improve your draw speed, but in the sense that, you know, getting the gunk off the string and shit.
Yeah.
I almost kind of miss archery. I used to be pretty good at it, but I haven't practiced archery in shit, probably.
I ain't got the arms for it.
I haven't practiced archery in probably like 10 years. Ooh,
Ooh,
nice. It's a lightened fluted bowl. Very nice.
strong bolt.
No, that just means it's lightened. That's really about it. Otherwise, every bolt operates virtually the same way. Granted, when you get the flutes like that, you can make it smoother running because there's less friction. I still don't know how I feel about that fucking thing, man.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did I just do to the grip? How is that increasing the spread?
Not. If anything, it should tighten the spread because it's making your hand able to grip it better.
What did I just do? How did that increase the reload speed?
I don't know. Loosen up the button on it.
Man, this shit crazy.
That'll do.
Oh man. I find it funny that in this game they didn't adjust it so the lights turn on per se, or like your character doesn't interact with the light. Your shit's just magically illuminated.
I think you turned the light on.
Did he? Never noticed.
We can go see. We go
Because
see.
I'm pretty sure like a handful of those places wouldn't have power, would they?
It does kind of look like it just turns on itself.
Yeah, this is good.
But I imagine he's turning it on off the screen.
Yeah, meanwhile he's putting his backpack on at the same time. Press X to doubt.
Now, I do want to put a bomb right here, but I am very much afraid that I will soft lock myself severely, especially because I'm on speedrun mode. So I don't want to put a bomb here.
No, you don't want to get stuck in a death loop.
I really don't.
Nothing useful.
Ain't nothing here but a bunch of medical mumbo jumbo.
Oh,
I don't get it.
Looks like they all just packed up and left in a hurry.
Maybe not all of them.
you remember there's a glitch that was in this area in the original where if Ellie was opening up a door and you had the flamethrower, you could kill her.
Oh my god.
Then you can pick up her gun. But of course it would reload immediately.
That's interesting.
I remember the worst time that I was sick was when I had the flu that time so many years ago when I was a kid, and man, that fucking sucked, just being all... I can't remember anything except being in bed. Like, I don't know how the hell I got up to go to use the bathroom. I don't know how I even ate.
That's good, right?
It's like,
Where they went.
it was so bad that it's like, it didn't... My memory is just minimal. Like, I feel like I remember only one day of being sick, and then the next day I am very weakly getting up to go get myself something to eat and go to the bathroom.
Honestly, the worst sickness I ever had in terms of like an actual sickness was probably all the times I had strep.
Oh, jeez. When I was a kid, having strep
But
throat, ugh.
the worst pain I've ever experienced would probably be when I had a migraine so bad that both my eyes were bloodshot from me squeezing my face together so hard trying to get the pain to stop.
Yeah, I remember having.
I rolled around on the floor for hours trying to bury my head into ice cubes.
It's so fucking horrible.
I wish I knew the tip about putting your feet in warm water back then. Because what it is when you have a migraine, it's blood vessels around your skull constricting. So if you dip your feet in warm water, it opens the blood vessels in your feet, which will try to pull the water away or pull the blood away from your skull and try to reduce some of that pressure for you. And apparently it is medically proven to work.
I like how
Luckily,
Joel was holding the
last time
thing.
I ever had a migraine was when I was awake for 15 hours because I was tripping balls on hallucinogens.
Last time I had a migraine was 2-3 weeks ago when shit was going crazy around here.
I almost wonder if your migraines are stress-induced.
They probably are. But then again, they're either stress induced or they're just given to me by my mom.
Well,
Every night I will save your life.